Speak English anyway, a place where confidence matters more than perfection, and every voice deserves to be heard.
Hey people, I'm Linda.
And I'm Ethan. And today we are going deep on one specific technique, just one, but it might be the most powerful one we have ever talked about on this podcast.
And we are not exaggerating. This one technique changed the way I speak English more than anything else I tried. More than grammar books, more than vocabulary lists, more than any app.
It's called shadowing. And by the end of this episode, you are going to know exactly what it is, why it works, how to do it correctly, and the most common mistakes people make that stop it from working.
So, let's get into it. Ethan, let's start simple. What is shadowing?
Okay, simple definition. Shadowing is when you listen to someone speaking English, a native speaker, an actor, a podcaster, anyone, and you speak along with them at the exact same time. Not after, not repeating once they finish, at the same time, like a shadow following a person.
Like a shadow, you are always right behind them, a fraction of a second behind at most, but moving at the same speed in the same direction.
Exactly. And that fraction of a second is important because you are not echoing, you are not waiting for a full sentence to finish, you are tracking the audio in real time and producing it almost simultaneously.
Which sounds very hard.
It is hard at first, very hard. Your mouth is doing something, your ears are doing something else, and your brain is trying to coordinate both at the same time. It feels like rubbing your stomach and patting your head.
Yes, exactly like that. The first time I tried it, I felt completely ridiculous. I was mumbling, losing the thread every few words, and nothing was coming out right.
And that is completely normal. That is what shadowing feels like on day 1, and day 2, and maybe day 3.
But then something starts to shift.
Something starts to shift, and that shift is the whole point. So why does shadowing work so well? What is actually happening in the brain when you do this?
Okay, so when you shadow, you are doing several things at once that most study methods do separately. You are listening and speaking at the same time. You are copying rhythm, stress, intonation, the music of the language, not just the words. You are training your mouth to produce sounds at the speed of a real native speaker. And you're doing all of this with real, natural, authentic English, not textbook English.
And the key thing is the speed, because most learners can produce correct English slowly. They know the grammar, they know the words, but at natural speed, everything falls apart.
Because their mouth has never practiced at that speed. It's like knowing the notes of a song, but never playing it at the right tempo. You know the song, but you can't play it yet.
Shadowing trains you to play it at the right tempo, over and over, until it becomes automatic.
Until it becomes automatic. And that is the goal. Not perfect, automatic. Because fluency is not about knowing everything. It is about producing things without having to think about them first.
Without the thinking step in between, that step is what slows everyone down. Shadowing removes it.
Removes it completely, over time, with practice. Okay, so how do you actually do it? What is the correct process?
Good, let's get practical. Step 1, choose the right audio.
And this is more important than people think. Not all audio is equal for shadowing.
Right. You want something that is just a little above your current level. Not too hard. If you understand less than 60%, it's too difficult to shadow effectively. Not too easy. If you understand everything perfectly, there is less new material to absorb.
That sweet spot where you understand most of it, but there are still things that challenge you.
Exactly. And ideally, audio with a clear script or transcript you can follow, because in the beginning, you will need the text in front of you.
Yes, do not try to shadow blind in the beginning. Use the transcript. See the words while you hear them and say them. Over time, you remove the transcript, but at the start, use it.
Use it without shame. It is a tool. Tools are good. Step 2, listen first. Before you shadow anything, listen to the audio once or twice without speaking. Just listen. Get familiar with the rhythm, the speed, the sound of it.
Like reading through a piece of music before you play it. You want to know the shape of it before you try to perform it.
Exactly. And on this first listen, note any words or phrases you don't know. Look them up quickly. You don't need to memorize them yet. Just have a basic understanding so they don't completely stop you when you encounter them.
Step 3. Shadow. Press play and speak along. Out loud, full voice. Not whispering.
Not whispering. This is important. A lot of people whisper when they shadow because it feels less embarrassing. But whispering is not the same as speaking. The muscle movements are different, the breath is different. You need to actually speak.
Full voice, even if it feels ridiculous, especially if it feels ridiculous.
Especially then. And in the beginning, you will fall behind. You will miss words, you will mumble through the parts you don't know. And you keep going. You do not stop. You do not rewind every time you miss something. You keep moving forward with the audio.
Because stopping and rewinding breaks the flow, and the flow is exactly what you are training.
The flow is the whole point. Step 4. Repeat the same audio multiple times.
This connects to what we said in episode 6 about rewatching. The first time you shadow something, you are processing a lot at once. The second time, you already know what is coming. Your brain relaxes a little. Your mouth has more space to focus on the sounds.
And the third and fourth time, you start to really nail it. The rhythm clicks. The intonation feels more natural. You stop thinking about the words and start feeling the flow.
Feeling the flow. That is such a good way to describe it. It stops being an exercise and starts being almost like singing.
Almost like singing, yes, because at that point, your body has internalized the pattern. It is not coming from the brain anymore. It's coming from somewhere more automatic.
Muscle memory for language.
Muscle memory for language, exactly. Okay, step 5. After you have shadowed the same audio several times, try to speak the same content without the audio, without the safety net.
Just from memory, from feel.
From feel. You won't be perfect, you will change some words, some phrases will come out slightly differently, and that is completely fine. The goal is not to memorize the transcript word for word. The goal is to have absorbed the rhythm, the patterns, the natural way ideas are expressed in English.
You are not becoming a copy of the speaker, you are borrowing their rhythm until you develop your own.
Borrowing their rhythm until you develop your own. That is a beautiful way to put it.
Okay, let's talk about the most common mistakes people make with shadowing, because there are a few that really kill the results.
Mistake 1. Choosing audio that is too hard.
Yes. People think if I shadow a fast native speaker podcast, I will get better faster. But if you can't understand what is being said, you can't shadow it. You're just making noise that sounds vaguely like English.
Noise that sounds vaguely like English, yes. Start with clear, slightly slower audio. You can always move to faster and more complex material later.
Mistake 2. Only doing it once or twice and giving up.
Shadowing is not a one-session technique. The results build over weeks, over months. People try it for 2 days, feel awkward, and decide it doesn't work for them.
But the awkward phase is the technique working. Your brain is being pushed out of its comfort zone. That discomfort is the sound of growth.
The discomfort is the sound of growth, yes. Stick with it. At minimum, 2 weeks of consistent daily practice before you judge whether it is working.
2 weeks minimum, every day. Even 10 minutes a day is enough. 10 focused minutes beats 1 distracted hour.
Always. Mistake 3, not speaking out loud.
We said this already, but it is worth saying again. You cannot shadow in your head. You cannot shadow by whispering. Your mouth needs to move. Your voice needs to come out. The whole point is to train the physical production of English, and that only happens when you actually produce it physically.
Out loud, full voice, every time.
Every time. Mistake 4. Shadowing without understanding.
Right. Some people shadow phonetically. They copy the sounds without knowing what the words mean. And that is better than nothing. But the real power of shadowing comes when you understand what you are saying, when the meaning and the sound and the rhythm are all connected.
Because language is meaning. You are not training a parrot. You are training a speaker. And speakers understand what they say.
You are not training a parrot. Good one. And mistake 5, not choosing audio you actually enjoy.
This one is so important because you're going to listen to the same audio 5, 6, 7 times. If you don't like it, it becomes torture and you stop.
Choose something you find genuinely interesting. A podcast you like, a comedian you find funny, a show you love, a speech that moves you. The content matters because enjoyment keeps you coming back.
Enjoyment is underrated as a study strategy. If you enjoy it, you do it more. If you do it more, you improve faster. Simple as that.
Simple as that. Okay, one more thing before word tour. What kind of audio is best for shadowing? Let's give some specific ideas.
Okay, for beginners, slow, clear podcast episodes like this one, TED Talks with a transcript, audiobooks narrated slowly and clearly, simple YouTube videos with English subtitles.
For intermediate learners, sitcom dialogue, interview podcasts, news segments, speeches, YouTube creators who speak naturally but clearly.
And for more advanced, stand-up comedy, fast-paced podcasts, movie dialogue, real, unscripted conversations. And for more advanced, stand-up comedy, fast-paced podcasts, movie dialogue, real, unscripted conversations.
And whatever level you are, always have the transcript or subtitles available, at least at the beginning. That visual anchor helps your brain connect the sound to the word faster.
Faster and deeper. Okay, word tour time.
Let's go. Slowly and clearly.
First word, simultaneously.
Simultaneously means at the same time, happening together, not one after the other.
For example, in shadowing, you listen and speak simultaneously. Or, it feels strange to do 2 things simultaneously at first, but it gets easier.
Simultaneously. Repeat, simultaneously.
Simultaneously. Next, intonation.
Intonation is the rise and fall of the voice, the melody of speech. It carries emotion, emphasis, and meaning beyond the words themselves.
For example, shadowing helps you copy the intonation of native speakers naturally. Or, her intonation sounded flat because she was reading, not speaking naturally.
Intonation. Repeat, intonation.
Intonation. Next, automatic.
Automatic means happening without thinking, something your brain or body does on its own without conscious effort.
For example, the goal of shadowing is to make English production automatic. Or, after months of practice, the phrases started coming out automatically.
Automatic. Repeat, automatic.
Automatic. Next, internalize.
To internalize something means to absorb it so deeply that it becomes part of how you think and act. Not just something you know, but something you feel.
For example, after shadowing the same audio 10 times, she had internalized the rhythm completely. Or, you can memorize a rule, but shadowing helps you internalize the feeling of the language.
Internalize. Repeat, internalize.
Internalize. Next, fluency.
Fluency means the ability to speak a language smoothly, naturally, and without long pauses. Not perfectly, but continuously and comfortably.
For example, shadowing builds fluency faster than most other techniques because it trains speed and rhythm together. Or, fluency is not about knowing every word. It is about producing language without stopping to think.
Fluency. Repeat, fluency.
Fluency. Next, authentic.
Authentic means real and genuine, not artificial, not simplified, not invented for teaching purposes. Authentic English is English as it is actually used by real speakers.
For example, shadowing authentic audio exposes you to real English, not textbook English. Or, choose authentic material, something a native speaker would actually listen to.
Authentic. Repeat, authentic.
Authentic. And last one, consistent.
Consistent means doing something regularly without big gaps, not perfect, but steady.
showing up again and again over time.
For example, consistent shadowing practice for 2 weeks will show you clear results. Or 10 consistent minutes every day beats 1 hour once a week.
Consistent. Repeat. Consistent.
Consistent. Okay, 3 actions for this week.
3 small things. Let's go.
Action 1, find your audio. Today, not tomorrow. Find one piece of English audio that you enjoy, that you understand about 60 to 70% of, and that has a transcript or subtitles available. That is your shadowing material for this week.
Action 2, shadow for 10 minutes every day this week. Same audio, multiple times, out loud, full voice. Do not skip a day. 10 minutes. That is less than 1 episode of anything.
Action 3, on day 7, shadow the same audio without looking at the transcript, just from feel. Notice what stayed. Notice what your mouth has learned without you even realizing it.
Notice what your mouth has learned, because it will have learned something. It always does.
It always does. Quick recap?
Big idea 1, shadowing is speaking along with a native speaker at the same time, not after, at the same time. It trains rhythm, speed, intonation, and fluency together.
Big idea 2, choose audio that is just above your level, with a transcript available. Enjoyment matters. Pick something you actually like.
Big idea 3, listen first, then shadow. Out loud, full voice. Keep moving even when you miss words. Do not stop and rewind constantly.
Big idea 4, repeat the same audio multiple times. The results build on repetition. The awkward phase is the technique working. Do not quit before the shift happens.
And big idea 5, the goal is not to memorize. The goal is to internalize the rhythm and feel of natural English until it starts coming out of you automatically.
Automatically. Without the thinking step. That is what fluency feels like, and shadowing gets you there faster than almost anything else.
Almost anything else. Okay, question for the comments. Have you ever tried shadowing before? What happened? Tell us your experience.
We want to know. Every story helps someone else feel less alone in the process. Take care of your English.
And take care of your heart.
This is Linda.
And this is Ethan. You've been listening to Speak English Anyway.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. And remember, your voice already knows more than you think. Give it the right practice and watch what happens.